Did you make a career related resolution this year? I mean, if you did, you should consider an underutilized, incredibly powerful professional growth tool that no one's ever told you about, you've never heard about, definitely never, ever, ever. It's called mentoring. I know you never heard of it. That's okay. But since January is National Mentoring Month, it's the perfect time to explore the positive impact that mentoring can have on your career. Whether you're the mentor or mentee, the mentoring relationship can really push your career to new heights. I mean, the benefits of mentoring are just large. They're myriad. They're everywhere. There's a lot going on. For individuals, studies show that good mentoring can lead to greater career success, promotions, raises, more opportunities. Organizations that embrace mentoring are rewarded with higher levels of employee engagement, retention, knowledge sharing. In fact, mentoring has improved that it's so beneficial that 71% of Fortune 500 companies offer mentoring programs to their employees. Now, while these statistics are encouraging, you got to remember that mentoring is not a magic wand that automatically just creates success. I mean, effective mentoring takes effort. Creating successful mentoring relationships requires specific skills, sensibilities, and structure. Success happens when both parties take responsibility for making it work. And there's three key ingredients: the mentor, the mentee, and the relationship they have. So, let's start off with what even makes a good mentor? Well, a good mentor needs to be more than somebody who's just successful. It's not enough. A good mentor's got to have the disposition and desire to develop another person, right? It requires a willingness to reflect on and share your own experiences, including the failures. Great mentors must be able to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. So, what kind of qualities are we looking for in a mentor? Well, a desire to develop and help others. A good mentor is sincerely interested in helping someone else without any official reward. Good mentors do it because they generally want to see someone succeed. And then, we've got the ability and the availability, right, to commit real time and energy to that mentoring relationship. Good intentions aren't enough, it takes time. Well, current and relevant industry or organization knowledge and expertise or skills, that's really going to help. Because the best mentors have deep knowledge in an area that the mentee wants to develop in. We can't forget a willingness to share your failures and personal experiences. Right? You need to share how I did it right or how I did it wrong. Those stories are important because both those experiences provide, good opportunities for learning. Then speaking of learning, they need to have a growth mindset, right? The best teachers have always been and always will be those who remain curious. I mean, would you rather be advised by someone who doesn't want to learn anything because they already know everything, or someone who's always looking to understand something a little bit better? And then the skill in developing others is going to go a long way, right? This includes the very real skills of active listening, asking powerful open-ended questions, self-reflection, and providing feedback and being able to share stories that include personal anecdotes, case examples, and honest insight. Now, just as there are specific characteristics of a successful mentor, there are attributes and sensibilities that make for a good mentee. Now, this is important because mentees got to remember that mentors are pretty much doing this out of the goodness of their heart, so to speak. All right, so being a good mentee is the best way to ensure the relationship enjoys a healthy, purposeful existence. So, what do you need as a mentee? All right, so you need to be committed to expanding your capability, right, and focus on achieving professional results. You need to be clear about your career goals, needs, and wants. Mentoring isn't therapy where one just rambles aimlessly. Mentees are responsible for creating the mentoring agenda, so you gotta be clear about what you hope to get from mentoring. You need to be willing to ask for help, show vulnerability, and explore different paths and perspectives. You got to be open and receptive to learning and trying new ideas. No mentor wants to advise someone who isn't open to learning, right? Hey, you got to be able to seek and accept feedback, even the construction feedback, right? The constructive feedback, and then not only accept it, but act on it. Be personally responsible and accountable. Mentors want to see movement. They want to see growth. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. Sitting on the sidelines in a mentoring relationship, that's just not going to work. It's not going to cut it. You need to be ready, willing, and able to meet on a regular basis. Relationships, they take time to develop. So mentees must also be committed to upholding their end of the bargain. All right? You're in it and they're in it. They're helping you. So as the mentee, don't let them down. Now, what about the relationship between the mentor and mentee, the mentoring relationship? Well, the mentoring relationship, it's got to be managed. It's got to be nurtured. Now, it is a joint venture, and it does require both parties to actively attend to its care and feeding, we'll say. The chances of creating and sustaining a successful mentoring relationship are enhanced by adopting a couple simple best practices, right? So, first one, design the alliance. Take the time to discuss the structure of the relationship. Both parties need to have a shared understanding of the relationship process. This means discussing and talking about things like the contact and response time, or who contacts who and how. And, like what is an acceptable response time? Same day, couple days, same week? What about meetings? Where are you going to meet? When are you going to meet? How often are you going to meet? Are you meeting in person, on the phone, virtually? What about confidentiality? What's shareable and what isn't? Right? And then your focus. Like, what's your focus going to be on? What are the parameters of the mentoring? Right? What is in and what is out of bounds when you guys are talking? What about feedback? What are your expectations around giving and receiving feedback? How do you feel about that? And then, of course, you got to talk about your goals and accountability. What would each party want from this experience? How does the mentee want the mentor to hold them accountable? How does the mentor want the mentee to hold them accountable? Right? Mentoring is a great opportunity to deliver a rewarding and potentially life-changing experience for both the mentor and mentee, right? So it's important, it's one of the most important things a person can do to enhance their career and professional life, but it takes time and commitment, and it's well worth the effort. Whether you're the mentor or the mentee, it's a win-win for your career. That's not the only win-win either. Another win-win would be subscribing to the channel so that you can see more videos that I put out, like all the time. Like, I'm always putting them out. You can see a new one, right? You could like the video. That's gonna help this video get pushed, and then after you subscribe, you're gonna see the next video, and then you're gonna see all of them, and then I'll be really appreciative, right? And then you can give me feedback so I can learn from you, and then more videos come out, and you can learn from me. A win-win. I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all be safe.